The Kolari Empire had conquered 17 systems, their gladiatorial arenas a testament to their dominance over subjugated species. Today's match promised to be particularly entertaining. A lone human female against their 3 finest warriors. Director. Vash observed from his elevated viewing box as guards escorted the human into the arena. She appeared unremarkable. Average height, lean build, no visible augmentations. The crowd of thousands roared their approval, eager to witness another display of Kolari superiority. "Release the champions," Vash commanded. The arena floor trembled as 3 massive gates opened. The first champion emerged, Krar, known for his devastating strength and impenetrable hide. Next came Thes, whose speed had never been matched in 5 years of combat. Finally, Gore lumbered forward, a tactical genius who had studied every known species' weaknesses. The human, who gave her name only as Lee, stood motionless in the center. She wore simple training clothes and carried no weapons. The crowd jeered, assuming this would be over quickly. The horn sounded. Krar charged first, his massive form thundering across the sand. Lee sidestepped at the last second, using his momentum to guide him past her. As Thes blurred into motion from the left, Lee dropped low, sweeping his legs. The speed demon crashed into the sand while Lee rolled smoothly away. Gore circled cautiously, analyzing her movements. Lee's eyes tracked all 3 opponents simultaneously, her body fluid and relaxed. When Krar turned for another charge, she didn't run. Instead, she stepped forward and placed her palm against his chest. The crowd fell silent. Using precise leverage points, Lee redirected all 200 kilograms of Krar's mass, sending him tumbling sideways. Before he could recover, she was already moving toward Thes, who had regained his footing. Thes unleashed a barrage of strikes faster than most eyes could follow. Lee's response was almost supernatural. She moved not to block or counter, but to guide each attack harmlessly past her. Every movement flowed into the next, creating an intricate dance where violence became grace. Gore joined the assault, his tactical mind coordinating attacks with brutal efficiency. Now Lee faced 3 opponents simultaneously. The crowd held its breath. What followed defied conventional combat doctrine. Lee seemed to predict every move before it happened. When Krar swung his massive fist, she ducked and used his own force to pull him off balance. When Thes attempted a leg sweep, she leaped and landed on his extended limb, using him as a springboard. When Gore tried to grapple her from behind, she bent forward, sending him tumbling over her back. Minutes passed. The champions grew frustrated, their coordination breaking down. Lee remained untouched, her breathing steady, her movements economical. She never struck first, never used force against force. Instead, she redirected, yielded, and flowed like water around stone. Krar, maddened with rage, charged one final time. Lee stepped aside and placed her hand on his back as he passed. The gentle touch somehow amplified his momentum, sending him crashing into Gore. Both warriors went down in a tangle of limbs. Thes, now alone, hesitated for the first time in his career. Lee waited patiently. When he finally attacked with desperate fury, she performed a series of movements that defied physics, redirecting his strikes, using his energy against him, guiding him into ever-tightening circles until he wrapped himself up and fell to the ground completely disoriented. The arena fell silent. All 3 champions lay defeated, while Lee stood unmarked at the center, not even breathing heavily. Director Vash leaned forward. What was that? His advisor consulted. Ancient combat databases. Sir, it appears to be something called Aikido, an earth martial art based on redirecting opponent's energy rather than opposing it with force. Impossible. No single discipline could defeat our champions. The records indicate humans developed many such arts over millennia. This one emphasizes using an opponent's strength against them. Vash studied the human female who had just dismantled his arena's reputation. She helped each fallen warrior to their feet, checking for injuries. When Krar tried to bow in respect, she waved him off and bowed to him instead. The crowd remained stunned. No one had ever seen their champions shown such gentleness in defeat. Bring her to me, Vash ordered. When Lee stood before him, the director asked, "How did you do this?" "Your warriors are strong and skilled," she replied calmly. "I simply redirected their efforts. In my culture, we call it the gentle way. It's not about being stronger or faster. It's about understanding balance and energy flow. You could have killed them. Why would I? They're fellow warriors deserving of respect." Vash considered this. His empire had conquered through strength, but perhaps they had missed something fundamental. "I offer you a position training our forces in this Aikido." Lee shook her head. "I was sent here as a diplomat, not a warrior. My demonstration was simply to show that human philosophy extends beyond conquest. We prefer to redirect conflict rather than perpetuate it." The director sat back in his chair, recognizing that perhaps his empire had more to learn than to teach. As Lee was escorted out, no longer as a prisoner but as an honored guest, the arena remained quiet, its warriors nursing wounds to both body and pride. The human girl had won without throwing a single punch. That lesson would echo through the Kalari Empire for generations to come.